what is the minimal coefficient of friction required, the minimum amount that you're going to need according to these stats right here at this mass and this velocity right here. The minimum coefficient of friction between the tires and the road in order to stop this Uber with these stats in 145 meters. And go ahead and calculate for that too. And those are some fun things that you can do. That's all just some of the basic guidelines of Newton's 3 laws of motion and how it applies to mass, right? The object is going to be sitting still, moving along. If there's enough force acting on it, it's going to move it along. If there's enough force acting on it, it'll stop it from moving along, right? That's what you call the conservation of motion, right? And so, hey, that's not too shabby looking right there. You can see that pretty good, right? Like that. So I did like a whole hour-long recording on this as I was writing it out and everything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to send some of that too, right? I'm gonna go ahead and try to send some of that too, but right now I'm gonna go ahead and send this one off right now, right? And then the other one that's an hour long, I'm gonna try to send pieces of that one as best I can with all my crazy little comments. Oh yeah, one more thing that I didn't read off as I read the question is that globalization is going to be like Roman world, right? That for about 90%, you're going to be hungry, you're going to be starving all the time. It's not going to get any better. It's only going to get more unconscionably worse. Like the Stalinism they want to make legal here, right? That they're doing everything legal to make here, right? So one more time, because it's all on the other reel, so to speak. I'll read it one more time, and then I'm going to cut it off and maybe send some of it. I want to try to solve it on one of these windows, or at least erase this one and solve it. So we'll read it one more time. So would you believe an all 100% electric vehicle EV, and it was on automated drive, and it was an automated driver, no human driver required, Uber, kind of like call me a taxi, right? And the year was way back in the mid 2020s. That is. Well, sensor readings, Captain, Admiral, LOL, whatever, of that Uber relative to our vessel's vantage point while on holiday, vacation, in variable positioning, orbit, about Earth, indicates the Uber mass as 1,016.047 kilograms. And wow, it looked good. And wow, it looked good. Commuting on that toll road, because it's all going to be paid toll roads, because there's no money to pay for this stuff in the taxes anymore, right? That's why, potholes, you're just going to have to get used to them. Get the kind of cars that can drive through potholes the size of moon craters. Because there ain't money for nothing. We the most broke country in the world, and we're acting like we the most richest country in the world, right? Until daddy takes the credit card away, right? That means China, Iran, all these other people, crazy people we borrow from. We got nuts in this country. We got nuts. And it looked good commuting on that freeway in Whittier, California at 74.63 meters per second. That's M over S, nothing squared. That's a velocity, not an acceleration. Don't confuse the two. Right? And that's about it. And then there's this other stuff, like I said, that on Earth, or globalization, right? The near future, West, Roman, future world, hungry, homeless, sick, 90%, USA too, as they dismantling everything in this country that used to pay good enough for you to buy a home in 30 years' time, send your kids through trade school, look forward to a nice retirement for your few remaining healthy years till you get sick and die. You don't ever get well again. Say you're 80 years old and you get to retire for a good solid 15 years. They dismantling the middle class, and what they putting in is this uber elite, la la land, Stalinist, elitist crowd, right? And everybody else is like this underneath it. So let me go ahead and that's it. And that's my opinion on what's going on. And they hate it when I express my opinion. And you guys shouldn't have come at me like this when I was minding my business, living my life, doing my thing. But you can't even stand books, right? You don't even like books. I guess that's why in one of the recent reports here in the LAUSD from about 3-4 years ago, more than 50% of the seniors, the 12th graders, couldn't write a basic few sentence paragraph in standard American English, right? They weren't qualified, so they was complaining to high heaven, calling lawyers, and even some people on the school board wanted to make it less than remedial easy. They wanted to make it special needs easy for them. How are you going to compete in globalization like that with that kind of fucking mentality, with people that just don't want to take the time to conjugate a verb? I'm not saying everyone, I'm just saying there's enough of them. They just want nothing to do with having to sit down and conjugate a verb. They'd rather go out and steal beer from 7-Eleven, to be upfront with you. Right? What can you do with people like that? Right? And now all the brick and mortars closing up, the driver job's gonna be gone. You don't need these spoiled brats anymore with third grade Mexican educations that think they smarter than the real Einstein, and they're gonna run this show as some kind of narco sex slave state. When did he fall off the truck? And he's gonna give me that look? Fuck you and me. We'll go back to where you came from. Apply like a regular person so we know you ain't gonna come here and stab up and shoot up the fucking joint like it's your own personal fucking hunting ground. You should have never launched this shit at me like this. Never. When I was living my life, minding my business, sipping coffee, reading magazines. I don't think I have ever carved up any babies yet or anything like it. And you guys love that shit. You love it. You love it. You love to cause pain and suffering. That's what a lot of you live for.